Hey everybody, it's Bearded Sloth here. Beautiful morning in LaSalle, Illinois. It's Friday, September 4th, 2020. Guess what I woke up to? I got an email stating that my last YouTube video went against their guidelines. Okay, got tagged as impersonation, which means, you're basically impersonating another YouTuber, copying videos, things like that. I'm like, okay, it's me, Bearded Sloth. That's me. So I wasn't sure what that was about. And then it also stated in email, but not in the violation on the YouTube, but stated that it went against the guidelines because of the COVID and the anything that you post that goes against what the WHO, World Health Organization, anything you post that opposes what they have apparently is against violation. Now, if you watched my video, it was me recalling what happened in the store. This is factual. This is what I did. This is my opinion. That's really what it was. Now, the title said, "Say no to masks," and that's probably what got it flagged and whatever. So, but that's my opinion. I still go with that. But I find it interesting. And then, so I read a little bit more into their guidelines and things like this. I did put an appeal in, but that's not going to go anywhere. So I'll get the video back up. I'll change the title around and, because it's not really going against their guidelines. I'm just stating what's happened, how I feel. Now, you want to wear a mask, you wear a mask. That's on you. Me personally, I just went into the Flying J here. No problem. Got my free drink. Driver Appreciation Month. Great. Got my snacks for the morning. I did all that. And guess what? I personally did not put a mask on. Nobody asked me to put on a mask. I went in, got my shower, all that. I don't... What scares me is it also had a part in there that if you think prayer, it was something to do with if you suggest prayer will somehow prevent COVID or help COVID or, it was something to that effect, then that violates their terms. Well, I'm here to say that prayer works. The power of God absolutely is more powerful than any YouTube filter. And if God wants to cure it, He'll cure it. Guess what? We're living in a fallen world. It scares me. As an American, my freedom of speech, that hurts. I get they're a private company. They can make whatever rules they want. But they also get a lot of exemptions, or used to, because, of being public service. I know Facebook was fighting that. I really don't know what ended up there. But, when you can't have it both ways here, But I'm still going to say what I'm going to say. I still believe what I say. Seeing what I see in the world where I'm at in my limited access to this world. I only drove 600 miles every day the past 3 days. I don't see much, I guess. But be careful. Watch, keep saying what you're saying. But remember, you're only seeing one side. So your opinions are being based because anything that opposes what the WHO is saying and recommending anything that opposes that is being taken down. Absolutely. So you're not getting an opposing argument in mainstream anything. So remember that when you're getting your opinions, you're only hearing one side. You're not hearing the other side, and you're not. And if you do, it's for a limited time, and then it gets taken off. I'm also a part of a Facebook group. I was a part of one, and it disappeared. Freedom to Breathe or something like that. I'm a part of another one. I'm not going to say the name just because I don't want it taken down either. But there's plenty of people that think the way I do, and you know, have some basis behind it. I'm going to keep on keeping on. I'm going to do what I do. If YouTube wants to give me a strike, this first one was a warning, but they took the video off. If they want to give me a strike, 3 strikes, take my channel, so be it. That's on them. I'll survive without YouTube. It's okay. Just freedom of speech. It's important. And that means both sides, allowing both sides. It's like these rioters, Black Lives Matter. We'll really get flagged here. So I want them to be able to state their opinion. Don't break a law. Which, by the way, the mask mandate in Kentucky, where I was, is not an actual law. It's a mandate. It's a little different. Plus, it wasn't the government telling me. It was, whatever. We won't get into that one again. So, we really need to think about what's going on. I know back in March when this whole thing started up, I was saying I'm not too worried about it. My opinion hasn't changed one bit. I haven't seen any evidence whatsoever in my life. I've had family members get the virus and recovered from the virus. You know, so don't give me that argument. I'm just basing my opinion on what I personally encounter, what I see, the limited data research I've done personally. That should kind of matter, what I think. What you think too, matters. Rittenhouse. 17-year-old kid went up to where the riots or the protesting was happening in Kenosha. Ended up shooting some people. That's not a good outcome. Nobody wants that outcome. Let's see what happens. But there's always 2 sides to every story. There's 2 sides to these mask mandates. There's multiple sides, but it's bigger than just complying. Oh, just do it. It's no big deal. That's what I heard in March. Oh, it's only 14 days. It's just temporary. Well, temporary is now 6 months. How long? I asked that question in March. How long? What are the requirements? Nobody answered me. Nobody could answer me. We can't just keep on doing this. We won't survive that. This economy, or this country won't survive. We're doing good now. You know why? Because there's people like me out here doing what we do. If everybody did exactly what the WHO wants, we'd all be starving by now. There's people making sacrifices. I'm not denying COVID exists. I think it's a virus. I think it's a scary virus if you get it. It's worse than others. It's not stopping me from doing what I do. So, anyways, don't get your videos taken off, because then nobody hears it. But I want to say what I want to say. So, with that, freedom of speech is important. Including on something like YouTube. I know they're a private company, but they have a responsibility as a company in this country to uphold our rights as American citizens too. I have an opinion. I want to speak freely. Let me talk. Alright. Hopefully there'll be more videos. Wear your mask, don't wear your mask. That's what you have to decide. Me personally, I didn't put one on today either. Later.